Good morning. Happy Veterans Day. Today's Monday, November 11th. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. Just want to say a quick thank you to all the veterans on the other side of the video here. Thank you for your service. I really, truly believe we live in the best country on the planet. So thank you for helping to protect it. Hope everyone had a good weekend. I know in the Gaul household, with a soon-to-be 11-month-old at home. A lot of trips to the park and a lot of walking. Kid loves the swing, particularly when there's another kid nearby and he can swing in tandem with his new friend. So we had a good time. Went to a couple different parks around Charleston. The one in our neighborhood, Mount Pleasant County Park. That's definitely not the name of it, but it was in Mount Pleasant. It's County Park, so that's what I'm calling it. But all in all, very good weekend. And the Eagles absolutely throttled the Cowboys. So, what more can I ask for? Following up from last week, Johan had the unfortunate. Johan's fine. I don't want to freak anyone out. Johan had the unfortunate pleasure of doing the before the election video. I get to do the after the election video, which is pretty nice, particularly with what the market did post election. The fact that we know who won the election, and we didn't have to wait forever. That was kind of one of the big things heading in. Like, the expectation was that it was going to take days, if not weeks, for them to tally up votes because it was going to be a very close race, allegedly. It turns out that wasn't the case. We knew the following morning who had won. Market very much so like that. So it was actually the best ever post-election rally, with the S&P going up 2.5% the day following. The other thing that was kind of interesting on our end, we're obviously looking at different pockets of the market and what they're doing. Depending on what position or index you're looking at, small cap value positions were up between 5 and 7%, which in a single day is just bananas. So that was kind of cool to see. Expectation being Republican president, Republican Senate, looking to be a Republican House. The Trump Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. And he was hammering it home during his campaign. Looks like that'll likely get extended, I would think, just given a Republican-controlled Congress plus Republican president. With that being the case, for the vast majority of Americans, that means more money in their pockets, which means more money to inherently spend, go back into the economy. So good. And the extra bonus that I share with my wife is I may not need to learn new tax things, which is great. I feel very confident with my knowledge of the current tax code as it pertains to our clients. I was going to be a little bummed out if that changed, and Johan and I had to go do some research and learn how the new tax system was going to work. But I think and this isn't me saying that anything's getting extended for sure, but I think a high probability of that being the case, which is exciting. What kind of got missed last week? Not missed, but overshadowed maybe. The Fed met on Thursday, cut rates by another 25 basis points. It's been kind of interesting reading just different sources on how things are looking on this front, because Trump kind of ran on like the economy is his biggest, putting America first is his biggest staple of his campaign. So what's gonna be interesting to follow is if we're kind of building up the economy and things are going great. We obviously don't want to run back into an inflationary period like we had in recent years. So there's been a lot of chatter about the Fed's. I think in the next year they had said 200 basis points worth of cuts, and it looks to be pre-election. It looked like a lot of people didn't think that was going to come to fruition, whether he won or she won. It'll be interesting to follow as Trump kind of aims to reduce or kind of pull back on some regulatory things that hamper some economic growth, just from a cost standpoint, what that's going to look like, and what the Fed decides to do with rates. Because as much as Trump has no, he's not shy about making his opinion and feelings felt and leaning on different people. The Fed is supposed to act independently of the president. So we'll see what rate cuts look like here over the next 12 months. I think it'll be interesting. This week will be a big week for the Fed's meeting in December, which I think they're projecting a 25 basis point cut, another one between 25 and 50 in December. But this week's going to be a really important week from a data standpoint. We have CPI data on Wednesday, PPI on Thursday, and then retail sales on Friday. So we should expect another fairly volatile week in the market, just given what those numbers look like. But we will see. Time will tell. Last thing I had, we have our client appreciation event. We're inside a month now. So we've had a lot of people RSVP for that already. If you have not, please do so as soon as possible. We love hosting that event and having that event every year. It is vastly easier to plan for, and we know how many people are coming. Questions, comments, concerns, do not hesitate to reach out. Have a great week.